and for sharing your passion with us as well. Any questions or comments, committee, of the witness? And do we have someone else who has not spoken yet? Please identify yourself. Spell your name.
Madam Chairman, Commission. For the record, my name is Mike Randolph. I'm the manager of Homeowner Association Services, a licensed collection agency specializing in homeowner assessment recovery. I'm also a 7-year sitting board member. I'm the treasurer of my 19-unit homeowner association. So that's the two groups I represent. I'd like to thank Senator Copening and her working group for all the work that went into 174. I'd also like to thank Commissioner Buckley and Commissioner Watkins for their great job of explaining it yesterday. I'd also like to thank the Commission for all the work they did this last year in the working of getting regulations together that got approved, that were required due to the 2009 legislature requiring the Commission to be charged to regulate collection agency fees, which we had approved on December 8th of 2010. But unfortunately, the governor's freeze on regulations has stopped that from happening, or we would already have regulations in place. After 10 years of managing a collection agency specializing in homeowner associations here in Las Vegas, I've looked at numbers of ways to do the recovery that would be the most effective and the most efficient and the most cost effective. I know in the super priority lien it refers to the 9 months immediately preceding an action to enforce the lien. And when looking at NRS, you find the word action always refers to court. I have talked to numerous attorneys about the possibility of taking homeowners into court and suing them for non-payment as opposed to doing the judicial non-foreclosure. And I get quoted a fee of $3,500 minimum to do this. That's plus cost. I know the investors would not like seeing a bill from me that had $3,500 in attorney's fees on top of the 9 months of assessments. And I'm sure that in the last year of the regulations, every time they complained, somebody came up with evidence and started waving evidence of complaining about $6,000 bills, $8,000 bills. One of the things I noticed, it was never my logo on that paperwork. In this week's newspaper, I noticed that in January we had a total of 3,785 sales of existing homes. Of those 3,785 homes, 1,424 were foreclosures, 756 were short sales. So close to half of them are lender-involved foreclosures or sales. Associations do need collection agencies because not every property gets foreclosed on. There's quite a few homeowners who are in trouble. They get into financial problems and they end up in collections, and we work deals with them, put them on payment plans and structure it to bring them back into compliance, bringing the association the money back that's required to keep them operating. And then there are a number of them that go to foreclosure. Unfortunately, way too many. The sign of our times, unfortunately, our property values today, according to the Review Journal, the median price for the homes are $104,000, which is the lowest since 1991. Over 70% of the homes in the Vegas Valley are underwater. It does not make sense to foreclose on behalf of the association, to take it to foreclosure sale and execute a deed, because then the association, who's already strapped for cash, now owns a property that's $100,000 upside down. They can't sell it. They can't short sell it because they're not the original person who signed the deed of trust or the mortgage, so the bank doesn't have to work for them.
Mr. Randolph, you'll need to wrap up.
Okay.
Please.
I would like to say that I'm in favor of this bill, both from the standpoint of being a collection agency and from the standpoint of being a board member. Yes, I'm one of those terrible people who's both. And I really would thank Senator Copening for this wonderful piece of legislation, and I do approve it. Thank you.
Thank you. It looks like somebody else popped up to the table.